Hey guys, this is Donna Jones for Spotlight TV. Very excited to have my special guest, Amber Whittington from Amber's Closet. What's going on?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
Now, first, let's talk about the success of Amber's Closet and just kind of give a little backstory on how did that first start?
I became a YouTuber because my sister was doing it with her friends before YouTube was even cool. And she was like a beauty guru on YouTube, and I was just going on her videos and a few of my friends, and people started to say, hey, tell that girl in the background to make a channel. And so one day I did, really because I wanted to represent something that was missing from the internet and like really just be that tomboy, show my fashion, my androgynous fashion, and also talk about how it was coming out and becoming me.
So, in this process of doing that, when did you realize I'm onto something? Like, people are really watching.
My first video ever, which I took down because it's embarrassing, I was just like stuttering, like not really completing sentences. I was just like, hey, I'm going to have a channel. It's going to incorporate some of these things, and I just posted it, and a week later I went back to YouTube and I looked, and it had thousands of views, and I had like 1,500 subscribers, and then I was like, wait, okay, I didn't even do anything yet, and I'm already having a significant amount of people looking at this. So at that point I was just like, okay, I got to keep going. But I quickly passed a lot of my friends that were doing it for like a couple years, like in 3 months. So that's when I really knew that, okay, I'm on to something. Yeah.
And I actually kind of call you what I kind of named the new breed or the new celebrity, which are these social media celebrities, that are building their brand and, making it happen, becoming, business women, businessmen. How, of course, which is, it's been instrumental, but like just speak on social media and how important that is to what you do.
Well, it's very important, obviously, because you can reach so many people in so many different ways, and then internationally. So like that's the biggest thing. And I guess for me, it was great to be able to put out like good vibes, like, help people in so many different ways, like all over, and not just like people I know directly in my life or something like that. So it's so powerful in that way, and I'm just like blessed to be able to be a part of that in the growing of it.
What do you think that it is that connects people, like people connect to you? What is it about you? What do you think it is that people just gravitate to you?
I mean, I think really I'm just me. And when I tell my stories or what I went through in my life, what I realize, or when people come up to me and tell me, is that they're like, I can connect to you, I can relate to you by just telling your stories, whether, they have this, same lifestyle as me, or they grew up differently, or whatever. Like a lot of the things that I went through, we go through in some way, shape, or form. And so at the end of the day, someone's like, oh, I can relate to you.
Would you say, I mean, because your brand and what you've built is such a success, is this the success you envisioned for yourself?
Yes and no. Of course, I didn't think when I first started YouTube, I was just doing it for fun. I didn't think it would get to where it is now. I was a business consultant before that, so I helped people, start and create their businesses and get them, started. So I thought my success was going to come from there, and really just getting, helping a business out and growing and, helping take a hold of that. And but I always wanted to be in some type of entertainment. I did act when I was younger, and I did it for fun, but I never thought that I would be, I guess, my own business now. So I thought that I was going to run a business, but I never thought that I was going to be that business. So
Isn't that crazy?
It's really
how
crazy.
Life and how things happen.
Yes.
And being openly gay woman, was that ever a hindrance for you in really showing your full personality? And did you ever wonder about acceptance or what people would say or the comments? I know that can definitely be strong on social media.
Right. No, I worried about that when I was younger. Okay. And then by the time I created my first video, I was so good with who I am and like the way I live my life, and that's the reason why I chose to share it, because it was a very long road to get there. I went through a lot growing up, just being, biracial, and then trying to hold in the fact that I'm a gay woman when I played sports, because that was like a stereotype. I wasn't trying to fit in. And so by the time I really got to, were a place where I was comfortable and happy to be myself, and I wanted to share that with the world. And so, by the time I just created the video, I was just happy to do that. And I wasn't worried about what other people would say because I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, the people around me are good. I'm good. Everybody's good. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. What makes you happy?
Gosh, I just answered this in a Q&A on my channel, and I still hesitate every time I get this question because I don't know, just being able to be myself and be free, obviously that's happy. And then keeping people around me that, you know, motivate me, inspire me, that I love, and vice versa, that's happiness. And being able to touch people and help people in any way, that's happiness for me.
Wow. You have such, like you said, such a big platform, such a big audience. Do you feel there's any responsibility with the platform that you have to do anything socially?
Most definitely. I think everything that we do, if we have eyes on us, we have a responsibility. Like, I think we just people, even if we don't have eyes on us, I feel like every human being has a responsibility to take care of each other in some type of way, shape, or form. But people always ask me this because I speak up about political things or, you know, Black Lives Matters type of things, and people are always like, oh, aren't you nervous to offend people? No, I offend people every day walking down the street. They get mad by how I dress. So, I mean, no, I'm not afraid of that. And I definitely feel like I have responsibility because I have eyes on me. And I think that, you know, I like the responsibility. I think it's important to share my feelings or, you know, things that are happening in real life that people may not know about. And we need to open up eyes and you know, get people to be stronger and take care of one another.
You are a brand, whether you know it or not, but of course you know you're a brand, and then you build that brand. What do you think it takes to do that? Because I don't think sometimes people understand, like, you know, you are a brand. What you put out there, what you represent, and how you represent yourself, that's your brand. And I don't think, you know, people don't understand how important that is. And when you try to build that brand and make it into a business, what do you feel, I guess, what's important in doing that?
Number one, I think, is just staying true to yourself and being your authentic self. I see a lot of people through social media kind of, you know, take different shapes or forms of who they think that they should be. And then it starts to take over them and they become unauthentic. And I think that people can see that and they can see right through that. And then, you know, and then they kind of go astray. Like they don't end up still being who they set out to be in the first place. And I think it's really about being authentic, and then number one, being consistent. I think that's just really it. Just like keep doing you, keep putting out whatever it is, if it's your fashion, if it's, you know, acting or different things like that, just be consistent with it. And I feel like once you do that, people will start to find you little by little, and then you know,
because you see people when they start like you said, and they may look a certain way, and then as they progress, it changes, and you know, sometimes it's not always for the better. It's like being true to yourself and being happy with who you are. I mean, I know with social media, it can be used, like I said, for good or bad, because you can do something amazing like what you're doing, or, you know, there's so much information and so much that's coming at you. You know, how do you differentiate between, you know, what you take in and what you don't?
Yeah, that was so difficult for me for the first couple years. And now I go at obstacles or anything, any negativity and everything, and a whole different mindset now. Because like I said, I'm comfortable with where I am. And so I value my supporters. And then for people that don't or have questions, I'm not afraid to kind of step up and be like, hey, you know what? Let me just let you know real quick, this is how it is. And then for other people that, you know, are really negative or don't want to support me at all, I kind of got to the point where I need to just ignore them, you know, because I don't want them to hinder me in any way, shape, or form, because they have before. I've wanted to quit like almost every month for the past, like, you know, year and a half, 2 years. Because
and that is so important.
Yeah.
That statement right there is so important, because you haven't quit. And you've kept going. And a lot of people, I think that's that moment, you know, where it defines who you are. Because everything doesn't happen smoothly. Everything doesn't work out every day how you want it to work out. You know, and things happen, and being able to kind of roll with the punches and say, look, this is not going to stop me from doing what it is that I want to do.
Right.
That's
You can't please everybody,
No.
and that's what you have to realize.
Yeah.
You got to just be you, whether you feel like you're going to offend people or people are going to unsub or not. Because I always feel like if you just stay true to yourself and you make a statement that people are offended by, you might lose a bunch of subscribers, but at the end of the day, you'll get much more. Because
Right.
people that agree with you or like you as a person will find you, and then it'll build from there.
That is awesome. What's the one thing that you want people to know?
Gosh, this is deep. Like about me personally?
About you, about a message? Like, what do you want people to know? What would you want maybe your legacy to be, or what do you want people to know?
I always say I just want people to be happy. I want people to love themselves and have confidence in themselves, and I would say set small goals and reach your goal, because I feel like everybody has a voice, and whatever way or that they want to express that, I just want them to stay true to themselves and keep their goals in mind and just keep going forward and just become the best person that they can be.
Being in social media, you touch so many people, you reach so many people. Do you ever get a chance to kind of get that feedback or talk to the people that watch your show and just kind of how you impact their lives?
Most definitely. I can't speak for everybody else, but I am very active with my followers. I have an Amber's Closet app, and so on there, really, they get to almost talk to me a lot. And so I'm always posting stuff. I'm like, hey, what should I post? Or what should be my next video? Or asking them, their feedback and things. But the biggest thing is I do a lot of public speaking or hosting events or parties where I am able to go and actually meet them. Like at BeautyCon this weekend, most of the influencers or celebrities that they had there were staying in the back where they had a nice little VIP cushion area. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm walking the floor because there's no reason why I'm gonna sit back there, because everybody that got me to the point of even being able to be invited to an event like this is out there. So what am I doing back here? So I literally was out there. I ditched my security, my little guy that's taking me around. I'm like, no. I went out there and I started walking the floor, and I literally want to hug every single person and know a little bit about them and know their names, and because these are the people that are making this possible for me. So why would I not want to go and meet them? Because when I'm having those bad days and then I read an email or a comment that's telling me how I affected their life, that's the reason why I'm like, hold up, cheer up, and then I keep going with what I'm doing. So they're so they inspire me so much, and that's the only reason why I'm still doing this.
I love that too, because trust me, I have those days when it's just you're stressed out, you're like, should I keep going? And literally it never fails. I feel like for me, God just intervenes and sends someone or I get a call or something, some sign that says, Donna, don't give up. You're on the right path. And I mean, I've been on the couch just crying, this isn't working. And then something amazing will happen. And then here I am sitting next to somebody as amazing as you. So you know what? This for me as well is a continued growth and a continued process. And we don't always get it right the first time or the second time, but we don't have to. We have to continue to build.
It's all about getting back up.
Just getting back up.
Making it strong, making that fall make you even stronger as you keep going.
Absolutely. So what's next for Amber?
I don't know. I have so many things I want to do. I'm trying to redo my merchandise, but I'm also getting into acting outside of YouTube. I've had opportunities in the past, but I've been a little nervous. So I'm doing acting. I'm producing a web series for YouTube. And then also I got to get a good amount of videos or new types of videos that are going to come out on my YouTube.
Absolutely. I mean, your stuff is so hilarious. I love your energy. It's so super funny. It's crazy. I'm just laughing. I'm like, I absolutely love your energy, and I know that there's going to be nothing but amazing things that are going to happen for you.
Thank you.
Where can we find all your information in case anyone doesn't know?
Well, I'm Amber's Closet on most of my social media. Twitter, Snapchat, Amber's Closet 33. So you can check me on YouTube and hopefully on TV. I'm crossing my fingers for that.
We definitely will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Donna Jones with Amber.